We begin with Madison Scarpino at a Tesla service shop in Atlanta where protests are expected later today. Madison?
Hi, Alicia. That's right. There are set to be hundreds of protests nationwide today at different Tesla locations, including this one here in Atlanta. And the goal is to stop Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. Now, these protesters are a part of the so-called Tesla takedown, and the group is calling today a global day of action against the car maker. According to the Tesla takedown website, the group wants people to, quote, sell your Teslas, dump your stock, and join the picket lines. They're protesting Musk's role in Doge. He spearheaded severing government agencies, but Musk says this is an effort to expose waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government. There have been plenty Tesla protests leading up to today. Here are protesters from Monday in California. Listen.
I definitely have wanted to flip off Tesla drivers when I see them, but you know, I want to do a peaceful demonstration, and it's not just about Elon Musk and Tesla. It's our whole democracy.
The Tesla takedown group wants these protests to be peaceful and say it opposes any violence or destruction of property. But there are reports of violence from counter-protesters earlier this month, and this all comes after a string of attacks on Tesla dealerships, car owners, and charging stations nationwide. And the FBI launching a task force this week to crack down on the Tesla attacks. On Wednesday, one man accused of using Molotov cocktails to torch several Teslas at a dealership in Vegas this month was arrested. He's currently in federal custody, and the FBI is treating these attacks as domestic terrorism, and some Democrats are calling the task force a political weaponization. Alicia?
Madison Scarpino, thank you so much. So these protests are happening as the FBI launches a task force to crack down on Tesla attacks. So let's bring in former FBI investigator Bill Daley. Bill, so good to see you. Thank you. This task force really trying to crack down. Thank you. Trying to crack down here. How successful do you think this will be?
Well, I think it'd be very successful. I mean, the tone has been set down not just by President Trump, but also the leadership of Kash Patel, the new FBI director, as well as Attorney General Bondi. You know, that this type of behavior, the violent behavior, will not be tolerated. You know, as we know, we the people have given ourselves the right to freedom of speech, but it doesn't give you the freedom to shoot up people or shoot up Tesla dealerships or vehicles or set firebombs off or harass people. To intimidate them. So I think what they're looking at here is to make sure that as these protests go on, and if they're peaceful, that's great. If not, then they're going to know who's responsible, not just those people in the streets, but who might be behind it, who might be either promulgating that information online to support people to commit violent acts, or who may even be monetarily supporting those initiatives.
Do you think there is coordination, organized coordination, for these, especially these arson attacks and graffiti attacks that we're seeing at Tesla dealerships?
It's a little bit too early to tell, and they haven't come out, and actually the authorities haven't said that yet. However, you know, if you go behind the scenes, you look at, you know, people who might be spewing and promulgating, kind of encouraging people to commit violent acts. Those are the people you want to see if what the connection might be. It's unfortunate is that as these protests go on, is that there's going to be a fringe element who may look to decide to take things into their own hands. You know, however, at the other end of the spectrum is that, you know, police have been very vigilant. You mentioned before about this arrest in Nevada, where the fusion cell and the Joint Terrorism Task Force between FBI, other federal agencies, and the local Las Vegas police apprehended this individual who had not only just set these Tesla vehicles on fire, but also shot up the dealership, spray painted the dealership. So it's these type of acts, which I think have occurred around 11 times since this whole kind of initiative started, has resulted in fire bombings and destroying Tesla charging stations, and even doxing people by releasing the names of employees and as well as vehicle owners.
Yeah, and you know, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, was on with Brett Baer yesterday on Special Report. Take a listen to what he had to say.
The real problem is not the people. It's not like the crazy guy that firebombs a Tesla dealership. It's the people pushing the propaganda that caused that guy to do it. Those are the real villains here, and we're going to go after them. and the president's made it clear we're going to go after them.
Yeah, I mean, Pam Bondi she's already announced, several federal charges against multiple suspects, some facing up to 20 years in prison. But also, can you just touch upon the average everyday Tesla owner who's out there just trying to get to work and back, go to the grocery store, and they're finding graffiti on their cars, they're getting yelled at, harassed while driving?
Yeah, it's a terrible situation because these people, as well as the employees of Tesla, the shareholders of Tesla, are doing what they can to support the business, to kind of grow an initiative of not only just self-driving but also vehicles that don't pollute, and they're trying to do all these things. And perhaps at the same time they're incurring these acts of vandalism. So I'd probably say to them is that be encouraged by the fact that this is in the sight of law enforcement, whether it's local, state, and these federal initiatives. They're working together, these law enforcement groups, to be able to look at any individuals maybe planning and plotting any violent acts, and they will be brought to justice. And Alicia, it's not the first time. We've had initiatives in the past, so people think that they're just going to help support Mr. Musk. Is that over the years they've been arrested by a number of people, whether it's the Earth Liberation Front activists who burnt down ski resorts in Vail and other initiatives. So these things are taken very seriously. Again, we have the right, the freedom of speech, but not the right to attack, to assault, to burn down, to shoot up dealerships.
Yeah, and as far as we can see, none of this is actually stopping Elon Musk and the work that he is doing. Bill Daley, really good to see you on this Saturday morning. Thank you.
Good to see you.